Right, the first couple of coats of mid-Brunswick grain's now been applied to the machine. Front rolls, the guard underneath, and on the top steering box area and the front nose. The plan is now to, over the weekend, is to fit the water tanks down there and touch in all the lower engine block and side covers. It's a nice shade of green. Definitely, it's similar to what these locomotives were painted in the early 1960s. So the plan is now to just do a trial fit of all the covers and sort out the left-hand side water tank. Once that's all bolted together, you can just tack everything together to make sure that it looks right, because when that's done I can move the machine over to my left as you look at it to gain better access to the left hand side of the machine and do exactly the same thing there. Fit the tank to that side in the balance pipe. There's a couple of jobs to do on the top covers. They're going to be rubbed down with 1000 grit wet and dry paper, and eventually then the machine will be given a final coat of Brunswick green after another functional test with the water supply. But as you can see now, I tend to use this tractor paint. I've used tractor paint since the early 1980s and found it to be very good paint. Hard wearing, gives a good shine. Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the project now. I reckon it's about 80% there, 85%. There's always lots to do. The smaller jobs take the time. But it's getting a bit of a vast difference from when I first saw it. It's starting to get to look like new now, which is the way I want it. There's a couple of little jobs needed. One bolt missing out of a lower bracket there, and I want to paint the radiator high temperature matte black so it looked like a new one's been blown out by an airline. Well, that should be getting close to it then. So it was on to the next time, which is the fitting of both twin water tanks and the balance pipe and the semi-rotary pump, which is going to be used to feed all the sprinkler system on this machine, because the original plunger operated diaphragm pump is long gone, years and years ago I reckon. So as you can see, he's taking a bit of shape now. The front badge obviously be touched in with the final coat of red paint when everything's done on the final deep paint detail. I'm quite pleased so far. It's been a hard slog. It's been slightly harder than I thought it would be, but you've got to take into consideration that this machine's a third bigger than the other two, and she has sunk a bit. I did notice that the little ridge in the garage is now gone in the concrete, where the weight of this machine, she's probably around 5.5, 6 ton not ballasted, and about 7 ton fully ballasted, so she's about 8 times the size of 8 times the weight of your normal family car. So yeah, well, that's the way it goes anyway. It's all fun. So till next time.